um,
No pressure.
she ended out, I believe it was at some financial seminars, right? And I had started hearing a lot about, what's going on in the crypto world and in trading and everything. And when I heard about this academy, my interest was piqued. And after I talked to Shonda, I decided to jump in. And so I've just got her on here today to kind of tell you guys about it a little bit, why she's doing it, how long she's been doing it, and how it could benefit you.
Muted. Hi, good to see you, Dr. Deb. Really appreciate it. Nice to meet you. And then we've got Blake, Mitchell, Kristen, and Sue. Are you guys all from Oklahoma?
My sister is Sue. She's out in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Fun. Which parts?
Northeast, the Poconos.
Oh, nice.
You know where the Poconos are? Heard of the Poconos?
Oh my
Pocono
gosh,
Mountains,
the Poconos are awesome.
like, yeah.
Sorry, I was talking on top of you, Kristen. What did you say?
I said the Poconos are awesome. I'm actually in Oklahoma, but not from there. From here.
Nice. Are you guys all around Tulsa?
Mm-hmm. Well, I am.
I can't wait to come visit. I have some great business partners out there, and actually a couple of our educators live in Tulsa. And I keep seeing these videos and pictures. And it's funny, actually, Deborah Engel and I usually just call her Deb or Deborah, but now I have to Dr. Deb and Deb Engels. Yeah. So we actually met at a financial conference, and the reason that we really bonded was, first of all, because we have success dreams. And then the second thing was that Deborah has a huge passion for raising awareness and helping children who are in the sex trafficking world. And that's a huge passion of mine. Our group has helped rescue over 7,000 children in the last few years. And it's like a big passion for me. And so I was actually talking to her about her big walk out there. I got to see all the pictures. I was like, Tulsa seems like a great place. I think that's so cool. I can't wait to come visit. Yeah. And then Pennsylvania, the Poconos. I've never been up there, but I did get to go see, what was it called? King of Prussia?
King of Prussia. Yeah.
Yeah. I was there just like, a couple of weeks ago. Anyways, I'm from Canada, so this is all new to me. I'm traveling around, learning where things are. I love it.
Do the other leg curl. Yeah.
What do you say?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
All right. Well, I'll just get the party started. Thank you again, Dr. Deb, for everything. I have to admit, Deborah Engels and I, when we met, we just clicked instantly as women who do life big. And we've been to multiple conferences now. She actually got to be my roommate at one of them. And so we've really gotten to be close. And when she was telling me about Dr. Deb, she's like, this is a woman I respect. This is a woman I trust. This is a woman I enjoy. And then we got onto that Zoom and ended up chatting forever. It was like, okay, so the sister from another life. And so it's pretty cool to be able to be here with you guys, because birds of a feather almost always flock together. And I just like meeting new people. So when it comes to the project that we're working on, I'll just start with my story, actually. So I'm from Canada. I live on a small island in Canada. And I came from a home where every single one of my parents, including my step-parents, have declared bankruptcy. I was working 100 hours a week, and I was in over $1 million in debt. My entire family had a financial story. Oh, we'll just put it on your credit card. Just put it on your credit card. And I wasn't taught financial literacy, even though I wanted to. I started my first business at 9. I wanted money. I just didn't know how to get it. And then everything that I learned about getting jobs and going to school was good. It was fine. It just wasn't, it didn't make any difference. I got to a point, it was trying to think, a few years ago, and I ended up absolutely exhausted. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. And then I started investing in financial education. So I started learning how to pay off my debt, actually at the course that I met Deborah Engels at. And I started seeing success with basic budgeting, basic finance. And then I took it to another level because it's one thing to make money, which I was good at. Like I knew how to make six figures, not seven, but six I knew how to do. And so I felt pretty good at the making money. I had learned how to keep it, but I learned that it was compounding your money that was actually the thing that got your time back. And that's what I was really sick of, was not having my time, and flexibility. Right. My mom lives in Ecuador. She's disabled and she lives down there. And I was like, I want to go see her for Christmas. And my boss was like, we're busy at Christmas. You can't leave. And that didn't resonate with me. I really wanted to be able to go and do whatever I wanted and travel more. And so I decided to start learning how to invest, learning how to trade. So I started with stocks, and then I got into, and I've been investing in real estate for, what year is it? 13 years, and have been quite successful. I've had tons of losses, but what I was looking for when I got into the crypto and the trading space was something that was a bit more accessible. So it didn't need like the hundreds of thousands of dollars in capital, and something that didn't have the same tax implications, something that gave me a bit more flexibility. But then also could be global, because my rentals owned me. I did not own them. They owned me. You have a tenant with something that blows up, it is just, whew. And then after that happened, I really liked the idea of liquidity as well, because I noticed getting out of some of the houses, especially in 2020 when I was flipping, it was like people couldn't get financing. I was dealing with logistics that were really challenging. And so I wanted to find something that was liquid. I wanted to find something that was global. I wanted to find something that, could scale my income, but also give me my time. And so that's where trading came in. And stocks were interesting, but again, had a bigger dollar amount required. And I was just watching, and I watched the government print a bunch of money, and I watched the stock market be at an all-time high while unemployment's at an all-time high. I'm like, this doesn't make sense, and they kept printing money and kept printing money. So I started doing more and more research on what's out there, how I can set up my family against this inflation, as interest rates go up, as these things continue, as the cost of gas, groceries, everything's more expensive now, but people are making similar money. And I was like, how can I beat inflation? How can I beat inflation to a tune of like not having to have a job? And that's where cryptocurrency came in for me, because I started learning about this space that's designed to hedge against inflation. And it actually helped me kind of make sense of it all. When I started getting into, oh, we got off the gold standard. Now what's backing our money? Oh, now there's several countries that are using Bitcoin and using other cryptos to be able to back their dollar, like Japan and El Salvador and the Ukraine. And there's lots of different countries that are utilizing crypto. My prime minister in Canada literally was not the current one, the good one, the last one. He said, well, Bitcoin would be a great backing for the Canadian dollar. And I'm like, I have to figure this out. So then I started looking into it. And now that's been the best financial decision of my life. It's been able to, so in July, when everything shut down in Canada, I just left. I was like, nope, not doing Canadian winter and lockdown. I am good. So then I went down to Panama, and we retired my business partner and her whole family. Everyone was able to go down there together, and we got a beautiful home. Everything's gorgeous. It's like we basically weren't living in this craziness. And then I went to a crypto conference in, what was that? Early March. And I saw everything that's happening, like from an education standpoint. They're literally teaching us about where the world's going with NFTs, with cryptocurrencies, with the global economy. And I'm like, I know my family's good, but oh my goodness, I need to make sure as many people are as possible, because there's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in this space. And I was like, there's enough for us to go around. Like I do not need to like keep this to myself. Like, and these banks are up there buying all this crypto and doing all these things. And I'm like, we got to get more good, honest, hardworking people with the money in their hands. And so that's when I started going on tour. I've now been on tour since the beginning of March. And over the last 9 months, I've been to 2 continents, 3 countries, and 19 cities. and teaching crypto classes. And part of this academy, there's Forex classes for people that just want to day trade Forex. There's e-commerce classes. I have a ton of people that do e-commerce stores, and they sell things like this, like battery packs for your cell phone, or, these sorts of things. You can get some pretty cool stuff online. I actually think I shop more online than I do in person now. And so they teach you how to build those stores, but then they have these crypto classes. And again, that's my lane. That's where I hang out. I have students that I go to class with that are in the other classes too. But this academy has these, it's like the Netflix, only it's for making money online, and it's all over the world. And then there's this affiliate side, which is where Deb and I really connected, because she's like, I love promoting things. I love being a part of community. I love building teams and connecting people to information. That she's a connector by nature. And so I am an educator by nature. And so she's like, people need this education. Let me connect you to some people that I really care about. And so that's why you guys are here, is because this is just getting started in Oklahoma. And we're actually planning some dates there. And we wanted to give you the opportunity to get access to the information ahead of time. So what happens here is you have 5 and 10-minute videos you can log in and watch. There's different scanners to help you find. Now in the crypto side, it's like entry and exit points, like what's a good deal? Where do you buy it? Is it on sale right now? Versus when do you sell it? How do you get your money out? All that stuff. But then there's also recorded classes. So you can ask questions and you get private mentorship, and you get to jump in with these people who have done very, very well financially. And they're just showing you how. And what I loved is that they didn't just talk all this hype. They actually showed me how they came up with their information. And when something was good, they said it's good. And when something wasn't, they admitted that too. They're like, we don't like this, and here's why. We do like this, and here's why. And just today in class, they actually brought up this project that we've been working with and investing in for some time, but they just added this piece to it where now, if you set it up properly, which they teach you in class, you can earn 200% a year. And it's 12, or it was 150. It's 12% a month. I'm like, what? Just because you know how to hold your crypto in the right way. So and this just happened today, the accounts, they just started letting people do this today. And I'm like, where else is this possible? And so obviously you can tell I'm really passionate about it. I think that passive income is way underrated. And now the fact that I'm retired and paid off over $1 million in debt by the time I'm 33, I just think is super cool. And I love the idea of having more travel buddies and more people that can come and, see the Panama Canal with me and do the fun stuff. And also it's not everyone's cup of tea. Again, I'm a traveler. Some people just want to stay home with their babies. Some people just want to quit the job they hate. Some people just are afraid of what's happening in the world and want to know they're going to be okay. Some people are drowning in debt and can't see a way out. And I'm good with whatever the thing is. I just want to make sure people know how to get access. And so the academy itself is that simple. It's 24 hours a day. You can log in it whenever it works for you. I spend about an hour a day in class, and then I'll spend a little bit of time kind of doing the things I need to do, setting up the accounts or moving the money around. But it's 5-6 hours a week, which for me, I've never had anything be actually profitable in 5 to 6 hours a week. That's hobby kind of time. That's a round of golf, that's not actually something that's going to pay my bills, but now it's what I do full time. And so I get to hang out with my nephew, like I did this morning, and we got to play with the bouncy ball and color and not have to worry about going to work. And then I get to do these classes. I get to do these things for free because my money does the money part. And so it's pretty fun. It's even more exciting for me to see people like my friend Teresa. So she actually trades with us. She's a mom from Alberta, Canada, who was driving a dump truck. And this was 2.5 years ago. And she retired her family. She was able to retire herself and her husband and take them down to Mexico. And now she's a full-time homeschool mom, and she's good. And she works for 2 hours in the morning, just trading and working in the markets. And Gary McSween, he's actually from Trinidad, and he got introduced to this company, and he was I want to say was it a busker or a panhandler? He was not making a lot of money in Trinidad. Now he's educating the masses. He's helped over 5,000 people change their life through financial education. He's making over 7 figures a year. And it's like, what? Where is this possible? My friend Randall, he's on Vancouver Island and he was a truck driver. He got laid off like in 2020, long haul trucker. And now he's a full-time homeschool dad who's paid off over 600K in debt and, is full-time with his kids. And he's like cooking with her and baking with her every day. And he used to be gone for 3 weeks at a time. And then he'd be back for 1 week. And so like, it's fun to make money. And it's really cool to be able to wake up knowing your bills are paid no matter what. It's even better to know that you could do that again and again and again and again and continue to prove it with the more people that you work with. And I know that Deb and Deb are both very successful women and they have their freedom, right? Like they're good at what they do. They know how to show up. They don't have to work full time. They have amazing families. Like they're what I was hoping to find on the other end of my debt. That's the lifestyle I wanted. That's what I was looking for. What I found was that where I was and where I came from and my skill set and quite frankly, my intellect, like I dropped out of university. I took math 10 twice. I'm not going to get a scholarship. And so, I'm really glad there's a calculator in my pocket. Like really glad. I'm the person that left my TV on mute for a year. I had a friend come over. He's like, why does your surround sound not work? I was like, well, it doesn't work. It's never worked. And I had just hit the volume buttons up and down thinking that would turn it. He hit the mute button and it worked. So I'm that guy. So I am not going to be your dentist or your bookkeeper. I will mess it up. I promise. And so, I had to figure something else out. And I was in plumbing and heating. I was in advertising, but finding this investing space has been really rewarding. And so when I met these ladies, they're like, what they want for themselves, they want for other people. And we can't go and necessarily recreate that. And obviously they're going to retire great and they're going to take even bigger, better care of their children. And their whole family is going to be blessed by their financial decisions. But like the fact that they're willing to bring you guys along in the process and introduce you to the information so that you can too is really special, because that's actually the rewarding part, in my opinion. And it's been next level. So just so you know how the Academy works, it's month to month. All you need is a phone and a laptop and you're fine. Some people get all the screens and they do the whole thing, but usually that's after their first 100K. Then they start the setup. But you definitely don't need it. I know people who have done 7 figures from their phones. So you don't need it. So you need internet, and I at least an hour a day, 5 days a week, right? But anywhere on the 24-hour schedule, Wi-Fi, if you can use YouTube, you can use our platform. It's very similar. The nice thing is all of these people are vetted. Like there's no backdoor deals. They're not leading you into something that, they're at, you know what I mean? Like they're being paid to educate. And I've actually seen an educator get fired because they were promoting something they were involved in. And so our company's really big on education first. This isn't one of those, let us promote all our stuff things. So it's and like there's a lot of that on YouTube, and there's a lot of rug pulls or like scams out there. And I actually just had a friend who got scammed for $7,500 this week because he didn't know what questions to ask about crypto. I was like, man, you should have called me. And he's like, yeah, I didn't want to bother you. Like, I literally texted you 2 weeks ago. Like, are you kidding me right now? So annoyed. But education is the key, right? And so, yeah, when you can log in, it's an hour a day. They have the live sessions that we have scheduled. So if you're there live, you can ask questions. And if not, it's recorded. We have boot camps for building your portfolio, for learning how to do that passive, the kind of thing that does 12% a month. We have boot camps for that. There's lending, there's borrowing. We have NFT classes if you're into that. We have play to earn video games. I work with a lot of homeschool moms on the play to earn video game side of things, because that is a huge industry and there's a lot of opportunity for the young kids who are good at that stuff. We have actually a list of our favorite projects in the crypto space. And then when they hit a good price, you'll actually get alerts on your phone. So all the apps, everything's included. There's no add-on. I pay for a couple of things that I like the upgraded version to like get rid of ads or like have extra alerts or whatever. But really, it's just how to use the internet in a way that's going to get you the right accounts. We have all the security classes. So you know that like nothing's going to get lost or stolen. You can get like how to set up your encrypted email and how to get all your crypto offline and how to invest safely and how to vet a project. It's all in there. And then when it comes to cost, it's a month-to-month contract. So there's never any terms, which made me really happy because that wasn't the case with a lot of trading stuff. And I think I was optimistically skeptical when I got here. So I was like, I'll put the $300 on it. I'll see, but I don't want to sit here and say I'm going to put the, 5-10 grand like some of the other programs were asking me for. Wasn't ready for that. I was more curious and willing to see than I was committed and ready to go all in. So I just decided that, well, it's 300, it's 325 US to start and 275 a month if you want all the trading tools. Every single scanner, every single chart markup tool, all 200 educators. Now, mind you, most people don't do that. Most people start with just crypto or just Forex, and that's $235 to start and $175 a month after. What's the date today? The 6th. Okay, so for the next day and a half, we have $50 off the startup. So it's $185 to start. And then that's month to month. There is a 6-day money back guarantee. So if you get in and you're like, I hate this, you're more than welcome to get out. Never had anyone who actually logged in do that. But the nice thing was, it didn't make me feel like they were trying to trap me in something, right? They're like, just come in and see. And if you hate it, leave. The goal of the educators, the reason that all these, really, really successful people come and they give their time. Yeah, they get paid from our academy. Of course, we pay them, but nothing compared to what they make. I've seen guys make more in an hour than they do all year from what it is that we pay. But most of them are, quite frankly, from the wrong side of the tracks. They're kids who didn't have a shot like me, that came in here, that did something really spectacular because they took a class, someone taught them some things, and then they went and they took that class, they applied the information, they now have set their families financially free forever. And when you start seeing people like taking care of their younger siblings or being able to do things for their children, either healthcare wise, or one of my team members has her mother, her mother-in-law, and her father are all in the last legs of their life. And she's able to sit by their bedside because of what she's learned in this academy. She's literally sitting there next to them without having to go to work, with all the resources to be able to get them the care that they need. And she calls it her yes life. And like, that's not, when I think yes life, I think planes in Panama, but that's, I think homeschooling my kids and showing them the Vatican. What she sees is the opportunity to just be there for her family when they need them, being able to say yes to the doctor's treatments when it's the right thing. And so it's pretty powerful what's happening. And it really is about these people who have been blessed paying it forward because they had someone who poured into them, who had someone who poured into them. And it comes all the way from the CEO. He was an inner city kid in New York. He grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. Everyone he grew up with is either dead or in jail. And he learned how to trade. Someone lent him $1,000 and taught him how to trade in the Forex market. Now he's one of the top Forex traders globally. He used to train people on Wall Street. And I know he had done more zeros than I would need to count them. It's a lot as a trader. But he was sitting on a beach, 400 pounds, never having taught anyone anything in his later years, and like sitting there with no kids. He's like, what am I going to do? So he decided to lose weight. He decided to teach people how to trade. And he decided that he was going to leave a legacy in those of us who are willing to learn. And so, those kids that are like, who's this street guy who's teaching me how to make more money from my phone than I've ever made? And then, he still hasn't taken a paycheck from the company. He pays for that $50 off direct from his pocket. Company doesn't pay for that. He's put over $1 million just into discounting the academy for these few days. So because he's leaving a legacy, this is a legacy company. He's got no kids. This is what his name is going to be known as and for long after he's gone. And that's like, where does that happen? There's 500,000 students globally. We're on track. When I started 2 years ago, it was less than 80,000 students. We're now the largest financial education platform in the world. We have 6 of the top 10 income earners in the online marketing and affiliate marketing and network marketing space. We have the top paid African-American, Hispanic, couple, millennial, and Gen Z. And like the people that take the classes make more money than them. I saw this 25-year-old kid. He went to UCLA. He starts when he's 20. He's now 25. He's a marketer with our team. He's hit the top position. The top position in our marketing side is $750,000 a month plus bonuses. He hit that in less than 4 years with no experience. And he did more in his trading account in the last 3 months than he has in his entire career in commissions. That kid's life is never the same. He started a scholarship program with his university before he graduated. Oh, he graduated. He just got asked to speak at Microsoft for the African-American leaders in their community. And 3 years ago, he couldn't get a job at a Microsoft store. It's just insane. And so I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to be connected to it. I'm proud to help other people learn this space. I think crypto is the biggest financial opportunity of our lifetime. And I can tell you it's been really good to our people. And it's allowed me freedom, and it's given a lot of other people the same thing. So that's what we're here to do. Basically what Dr. Deb and I were talking about is that, this education, this information, this opportunity is brand new to North America. It's been in South America and Europe for a long time, but we are women who believe in financial education, who believe in building community, who believe in making a difference and leaving this world better than we found it. And so we've come together to position ourselves with other like-minded people that either just want to learn what we know and what we're learning, come alongside us, or other people that see what we see, want to make the money that's on the table, but then also want to be a part of this mission. And then as I go on tour, because I'm in a new city every 24 to 48 hours, I want to see this whole continent at this pace. It's incredible. And what's going to happen is we're going to come to Oklahoma. We're going to do events there. And we want to position the people that see the vision, that want to be a part of this first, so that everyone else that comes a part of this in Pennsylvania and in Tulsa and Oklahoma, and, as we continue across North America, that they're going to have an opportunity to capitalize on the group that we're building, to be the first movers advantage, to get that positioning. Because what I can tell you is that the way that our business builds, when you have someone who knows a lot of people, like Dr. Deb, like Deborah Engels, like me, in your team, then it can be very profitable for you. I have someone who said yes to this. Yeah, I think he's introduced 10 people to the whole thing, but one of them happened to be me. And his bills are paid because I'm on a mission. I'm impacting lives, and he helped me find the vehicle to do that. So that's been a very good financial position for him. Added a couple $100,000 a year. That worked out well. And so we wanted to make sure that you guys had the opportunity as we go forward and talk to people that you could be positioned there too. You get to be the first people to be a part of our power group as we start our community of people learning alongside each other. And position yourself at the top of the whole thing. So that's what we're doing. I literally have another 10 minutes, so I'm happy to stay on and answer questions. I want you to know that there's typically 3 types of people that hear this. The type of people that say, that is so not what I want to do. I do not need more money, want more money, want to grow my money, want to be a part of any of this. Like, no, thank you. If that's you, I am beyond grateful. I'm grateful for your time. We are doing this because time is precious. Impact is precious. People are precious. And so the fact that you spent your time with us means a lot. The second kind of person is the kind of person that says, I like this information. I might want a little bit more research information. I'd like to do some more research. Could I get some data on what's in the courses or who these people are? What kind of results are, you want data. And if that's you, let me know. I have a research link that you can go through that's going to get you everything you need. Then there's the third kind of person. The third kind of person says, this is what I've been looking for. There's how much on the table. I can do what? I can capitalize on the fact that the government's printing money and I can position my family ahead of that. You're going to show me the way and walk it with me. This is exactly what I've been looking for. I want to capitalize on crypto. I want to build a network. I want to be able to help other people. I want to make a ton of money. If that's you, welcome. Welcome to our crew. And I just want, obviously I'm going to leave the Zoom room open. I'm going to shut up now. And you can ask me questions if you'd like. And if not, then just what I would do is I'd text Deb, whoever it is that got you here, and just let them know if you're a 1, 2, or a 3. And then we'll get you the right information, the right strategy for the next steps. So who has the first question? I'm going to stop recording.